What's going on, guys? Alex here, and today is an exciting day because today we have the brand new Google Pixel 9 Pro XL right here in front of me. I just got this in, and before we get into it, can we just appreciate how nice this phone looks with this new camera visor? I think Google absolutely knocked it out of the park with this design. This is probably my favorite looking Pixel device they've ever made. The color, the feel, the camera lens, everything about it just looks amazing. Now, if you also picked one up for yourself and you're looking for the first things that you should do on your new Google Pixel device, you came to the right video because today I'm gonna go over all the things that you need to do first on your brand new phone. Now, we have a lot of stuff to cover, so let's get right into it. And here we go. As you can see, the phone has already been set up, but I haven't actually changed any of the settings. Everything on here is completely stock. So this is exactly what you're going to see when you get your phone set up for the very first time. And the very first thing we're going to do is customize our lock screen. So what we're going to do is tap and hold on the home screen. We're going to go to wallpaper and style. And then right there, you're going to tap on lock screen. And now you can go ahead and customize all of the things about your lock screen. So if you want to change the clock, you can see we can just scroll over to all of these different styles. And you can go ahead and pick whichever one you like the most. We can also tap over here to change the color and size of the clock. So you can see we have a few different options down here for colors. So you can go through here, change the colors. You can also change the kind of tint or shade of that color, so you can play around with it as you want. I'm going to leave it default, and then you can tap over here for size, and you can change the size of the clock. So we have our original full screen one right there, but if we want a more small subtle clock, we can select small from there, and it'll change as you can see. I'm going to leave it as default for now, and then we're going to go back to our main lock screen settings. And we also have a few different themes you can pick from. So let's say you don't like this color combination, you can tap on this theme right there, and you can see all the buttons and shades and everything kind of changes. You can tap on the three dots, and we have a whole bunch of other themes in here, and you can see how it's going to look on your phone depending on the theme that you choose. So go ahead and select which one you want. I'm going to leave it default, and then we're going to go back here. And of course, now we can change the wallpapers on our phone. So if you don't want the default wallpaper, Google offers you a whole lot of different wallpapers. If you want to see what this one looks like, you can just tap on your lock screen right there, and it'll show you what it's going to look like. And then you can also set it as wallpaper. But I'm going to go back here and show you that there is another option here for more wallpapers. If you tap on that, you can see Google offers us a whole bunch of different wallpapers. You can actually tap into any of one of these, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different options in here. There's a lot of really beautiful wallpapers that Google just provides for you, which is absolutely amazing. I love that you don't have to go scouring all over the web looking for wallpapers. Google just offers you a lot of really great looking ones, from minimalistic styles to artsy ones, all sorts of cool stuff. And of course, if you go up here, you can see we have AI wallpaper. And if you tap on that, you can even select any of these kinds of themes, and then you can further change them using AI. So you can see it says a hazy image of cherry blossoms on a backdrop of blue alpine lake. You can actually tap on these and change them. So maybe we want to change it to sunflowers. We can tap on that, and then we're going to say create wallpaper. We're going to hit I agree. And now you're going to see that the AI is going to take a few moments and generate that new wallpaper based on this text that we selected here. Pretty cool. So of course, take all the time you need to set this up for yourself. I'm just going to go back to our lock screen settings right here and continue setting everything up. So next what we're going to do is go down to shortcuts, and shortcuts are these two buttons that we get on our lock screen. So we're going to have a button on our right and our left, and these are just shortcuts that we can use directly from the lock screen. So right now we only have one selected. You can see the left shortcut is set to Google Home. So if you have any smart devices, you can quickly access them directly from your lock screen. Now, I don't have Google Home, so I'm going to set this to something else like a flashlight, because I use that pretty often when I'm walking around at night in my house. So that's definitely going to be useful for me. And then we're going to hit on the right shortcut, and you can set any of these to your right shortcut. Now, the most useful one is this wallet one, but if you haven't set up your wallet, your Google Wallet yet, you're not going to be able to do this. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this after we're finished setting this up. So for now, we're just going to leave this blank, or if you want, you can set it up to any of these other shortcuts. I'm going to save this right one for my wallet, but we'll get back to that in a second. For now, we're just going to go back to our lock screen settings. We're going to scroll down. This is enabled by default, but there's one thing about this that you need to change to make it more secure. So we're going to hit more lock screen options. We're going to go to privacy, and we're going to change it from show all notification content to show sensitive content only when unlocked. So by default, anyone who has access to our phone, or even if it's locked, they'll be able to see all of our notifications. So if somebody sends us some private message or something that maybe you don't want anyone to see, they're going to be able to see it from the lock screen. But if you change it to this, all that sensitive information will not show on your lock screen. And in order to be able to read those messages or access those notifications, you're going to have to unlock your phone. So definitely an important setting that you want to enable. The next setting in here we're going to change is to add text on lock screen. This is really useful in the case that you ever lose your phone or you leave it behind. You can leave an email or an alternative phone number that somebody can reach out to you in order to return your phone to you. So hopefully a good Samaritan will find your phone and be able to see your contact information directly from your lock screen and return the phone to you. And now if we go to our phone's lock screen, you're going to see right there at the bottom, it says return to my email. And obviously you're going to put your email in here or a phone number that somebody can reach out to you to hopefully return the phone for you. All right, now the next setting in here that we're going to change is one that I use really often. I absolutely love this built-in feature into your Google phones, but you do have to enable it. It's called Now Playing. And what this will do is identify songs playing nearby. So if you're driving in your car and the radio is playing a song and you don't know what that song is called, or maybe you're walking through a mall and there's a really cool tune playing, your phone will actually listen to the music around you and save those songs in your catalog over here. So if you ever want to come back and see what the name of that song was to maybe add it to your playlist, you can use this feature to do that. It's absolutely amazing. So all you got to do is enable it and then go to Now Playing History, and all of the songs that your phone identifies will be over here. Really, really awesome feature. All right, next what we're going to do is go back to our lock screen settings, and the next thing we're going to change in here is to enable the always on display. So by default, the always on display is actually off. You can see if I lock my phone, there's nothing there. It's completely black. But if we go back to that setting, we enable this, now that always on display is actually going to show up. You can see if I lock my phone, you have it right there. Our always on display is on. It's a little bit dim, you probably can't tell, but it's definitely on. We have our clock, all of our notifications, and everything is going to show up. So definitely, if you want that always on display, go ahead and enable that feature. All right, guys, so we're all done in here. Next, what we're going to do is go back to our lock screen. We're going to tap home screen up here, and we're going to change the grid. So we're going to go down here where it says app grid. Tap on it, and you can see by default it's set to 4x5. So by default, we can only have 4 applications this way and 5 applications this way. But if you want more space to add more apps and more widgets on your home screen, all you got to do is go ahead and set this to 5x5. I always do this on all of my phones because I like to have the most real estate possible. Now you can see that we've selected that. We can fit more applications and we have more space for widgets and just a lot more stuff on our home screen. So definitely go ahead and set this up as well. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do is enable our Google Wallet so we can quickly and easily make NFC payments, and then we're going to add it to the shortcuts on our lock screen. So I mentioned this earlier in the video, how on our lock screen, you can see we have these 2 shortcuts right there. One we set as the flashlight, and the second one I told you that we're going to save later for the wallet. So to set up your wallet, what you're going to want to do is just swipe up like that to go to your app drawer. We're going to tap in the search box and we're going to look for our wallet, and you can see it right there. We're going to tap on it, and then you're going to have an option of adding a payment card, transit pass, loyalty card, gift card, or a photo ID like your driver's license. But for now, what we're going to do is go into payment card, and you're going to want to make sure you add your Visa or credit card in here. I've already added mine. So what you're going to do is just tap right here to add a new credit or debit card. It's going to ask you to scan the card right there with your camera. So go ahead and scan it, add it to your wallet. And now what we're going to be able to do is tap and hold on our home screen, go to wallpaper and style, go to lock screen, go back to those shortcut settings, and then go to the right shortcut. And now you can see we can go ahead and add our wallet on here. And this way, anytime we need to make a payment, we can easily and quickly access our wallet directly from our lock screen. Definitely really useful. All right, next what we're gonna do is make this phone yours. And what I mean by that is we're gonna give it a name. And to do that, we're gonna go into our phone settings, scroll all the way down to About Phone, and we're gonna tap on device name. Now by default, you can see it says Pixel 9 Pro XL, but maybe I wanna throw my name in there. So we're gonna type Alex's Pixel 9 Pro, and we're going to tap OK. And as you can see, what it's going to do is now anytime that you are connecting your device to a Bluetooth device or maybe to your car, this is the name that is going to show up so that you know this is your Pixel that's trying to connect. Now, the next thing we're going to do is something that I do on all of my phones, and that is to make it faster. So we're going to go back into our phone settings, go back to About Phone, and we're going to scroll down to where it says build number, and we're going to tap on this until we get prompted for our PIN. You can see we got our PIN right there. We're going to enter our PIN. We're going to hit OK, and that is going to activate developer options. So now when we go back into our phone's main settings, we can go to System, And then when we scroll down, you'll see an option here for developer options. We're going to tap into here, go to the search up here, and we're going to search for something called animator duration scale. Right there. Tap on it and it'll scroll you down to that section of your phone. And there's actually 3 options in here that we want to change: window, transition, and animator duration scale. You can see they're all set to 1x, but we're going to tap into them and change them to 0.5x. And what that is going to do is speed up the animations of your phone. So anytime you're opening or closing apps or just navigating around your phone, these are all the animations, and they are now twice as fast as they were originally. And that is going to make your phone feel a lot faster just when you're browsing around and navigating around your operating system. Now you can actually go in here and turn these animations completely off, but I actually like the way the animation looks. It just makes navigating around your phone feel a little bit more fluid and just looks good. So I like to set them to just 0.5x just to speed them up a little bit, but you can go ahead and set those off if you want. Now this next setting is really important because it is going to give you the best display possible by bringing up this resolution. So what we're going to do is go into our phone settings, scroll down to display, and go all the way down to screen resolution. And we're going to set this from high resolution to full resolution. And that's going to give us the most pixels on our display for the best viewing experience. Now you can see down here, it says it is going to use more battery power to use that full resolution. But hey, I'm paying a lot of money for this phone and I want the best resolution possible. But next, what we're going to do is go into our display settings. We're going to scroll up to screen timeout. Now, mine is set to 5 minutes because I'm shooting these videos and I don't want my screen constantly timing out, but you definitely want to keep it between 15 seconds and 1 minute. I would say 30 seconds is pretty good because you don't want your phone constantly staying lit and using battery power to power your display. When you stop using it, you want it to kind of lock and go into your always on display to save battery. But one annoying thing that can happen is if you're reading a long article on a website, or maybe you're looking at a picture, it's kind of annoying that your screen constantly dims and you have to tap on it to keep it from falling asleep and locking. So there's an awesome feature down here that you should enable called screen attention. And you can see it says prevents your screen from turning off if you're looking at it. So if you enable this, what it's going to do is use that selfie camera to see if you are looking at the screen, and your phone will not dim after 15 or 30 seconds or whatever you set it to. So definitely a really useful feature. Now we're going to go back into those display settings, and if you're somebody who uses a screen protector on your phone, there's a setting on here that you definitely need to enable. It's called touch sensitivity, and you can see it says screen protector mode right here. So increases touch sensitivity and improves touch when using a screen protector. So of course, when you have a screen protector, you have that extra film on here, and it can be a little bit harder for your phone to register your tap sometimes, especially if you're a light tapper. So if you are using a screen protector, definitely enable this feature because it's going to make your phone be more sensitive to those taps so that it will more accurately register anytime you're tapping on your screen. All right, so the theme with phones lately is that they are all really big. It seems companies are making bigger and bigger phones, and these screens are huge. You can see if I stretch my thumb, I cannot reach these apps at all. I can barely get past halfway across this screen. So it can definitely be kind of challenging to use your phone one-handed, but thankfully there is a nice setting you can change to make that a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is go back into our phone settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to go to system. We're going to go to gestures, and right there you can see there's an option that says one-handed mode, and we're going to enable this. And now what we're going to be able to do is just swipe down from the bottom like that, and you can see it brings our whole phone down to the bottom half, and now we will be able to more easily interact with it one-handed. So you can see if I go back to my home screen and we're going to swipe down like that, you can see everything is a lot closer to my thumb, and I can reach all of these things on my phone, and it's just much easier to use it one-handed. So if you're struggling or you have small hands or you just can't reach, this is definitely a feature that you should enable. All right, the next thing we're going to do is remap our power button to bring back our power options. So when we long press on our power button, you can see what it's going to do is bring up Gemini, and now I can talk to Google Gemini, which is definitely a useful feature. But if you want to have your power options back so you can restart or power off your phone, what you're going to want to do is go into your phone settings, scroll back down to system, go again to gestures, and right there it says press and hold power button. We're going to set this to power menu, and now when we long press on that power button, you can see it's going to bring back that power option menu so we can power off or restart our phone. The next thing we're going to do is make the cameras on our phone better. This phone comes with some really great cameras, but if you're using the camera app with the default settings that it comes with, you're definitely missing out. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure we're on the photo tab right there, we're going to go to the cogwheel right there. We're going to go to Pro, and you can see by default, we're shooting in 12 megapixel resolution, but we can bump that up all the way to 50 megapixels. So if you want the best quality, or if you're going to maybe print these photos and develop them, or maybe zoom in on them, you're definitely going to get much better quality with that 50 megapixel camera. So definitely be sure to set that up if you need it. Now we're also going to do the same thing for our video. We're going to tap on the video icon right there. Go to those settings, and you can see that by default, we're shooting in 1080p, but this phone is capable of 4K and even 8K. Now, maybe you don't need 8K, but I would definitely suggest you enable 4K because 1080p is really not that great by today's standard. So go ahead and set this to 4K, and you're going to shoot much better looking videos. All right, the next setting is a really simple one, but I always do this. We're going to go into our settings. We're going to go to battery. And right there, it says battery percentage. You can see by default, we only have the icon. And instead of having to guess how much battery that is, if we enable this, you can see we can now precisely tell we have 59% battery. And that's just much easier to know exactly where your battery is at. So I definitely suggest you go ahead and enable that. It should just be on by default. I don't know why it's not. All right, so you know how sometimes you get a notification, whether you're on your lock screen or maybe on your phone, and maybe you're interacting with your phone, you're using it, and the notification comes down and you accidentally swipe it away and you didn't get to see what it was? Well, there's a really cool setting that you can enable to be able to see all of your notification history, so you can go back and see what that notification was. And to enable it, we're just going to go into our phone settings, tap on notifications, and then right there you'll see notification history. We're going to go ahead and enable that. And now anytime we come back into these settings, any notifications that we get from now on, they will always populate in here. So if you get an email, a text message, no matter what that notification was, you can just come back to this notification history section and all of your notifications will populate down here. So you can go back and see all of the notifications that you had or any that you have missed. All right, guys, now this last setting that I want to tell you about is actually already on by default, but I just want to bring your attention to it just so you know about it because it is a really, really useful and powerful setting. So we're going to tap and hold on our home screen. We're going to go to home settings, and right there you can see we have at a glance, and this is already on like I said, but I'm going to have you hit this cogwheel so you can see exactly what it does. And you can see it says at a glance uses these settings to show content that's relevant to you, like events, weather, commute info, and more. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see all of these alerts that you're going to get. So everything from weather to air quality alerts, earthquake alerts. If you live in a place that has tornadoes or earthquakes or severe weather, you're going to be alerted about that. Any upcoming changes in the weather, definitely really good to know to get yourself prepared. You have, again, food and household orders. So if you have an Uber coming, it'll tell you the status of that. Package delivery, same thing. The commute to work, it'll show you the travel time to get to work. Travel, fitness, safety checks, timers and stopwatches. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. Doorbell, this one is really useful. If you're listening to music and you don't hear the doorbell, you can get alerted about it. Even your flashlight, you can see if I turn on my flashlight, maybe I forgot that I had it on and I just have my phone face down. I don't even know my flashlight is on. You can see at a glance right there will tell me that the flashlight is on, notifying me, and I can just tap to turn it off. And you can see, there you go, problem is solved. So it's definitely a really useful feature, having all of these kind of alerts and settings that'll pop up right over here in your at a glance section, just to keep you in the know about everything that's going on around you. So again, if you just want to go in here, you can go ahead and go through here. If you want, you can of course disable any of these, but I highly suggest you go through here and just kind of customize this to your liking and just really learn about what this does and what it can offer you, because it's definitely a really, really powerful feature. But there you go, guys. That's going to do it for this video of all of the first things that you need to do on your brand new Google Pixel 9 Pro. Definitely an amazing phone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any other settings that you think we need to know about, or anyone watching this video would like to know, definitely leave them in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.